What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. Now, a lot of us thought, myself included, that we were going to have to wait till at least this summer, San Diego Comic-Con 2020, for any more major Phase 5 slate announcements or any reveals from Marvel Studios. But as it turns out, not only did Disney book the opening night slot for the upcoming CinemaCon at the end of March, but they booked the entire 2 hours and 45 minutes, which can only mean for a company where Marvel Studios is their biggest product, there's going to be a ton of reveals, and you can be promised of that, but maybe not the kind that some people think. And while the headlines will swirl undoubtedly with speculation of the kind, will there be a Phase 5 slate announcement at CinemaCon? CinemaCon's its own sort of thing and very different than D23 or San Diego Comic-Con. There will be Marvel reveals there, but maybe not the type that people think. We're going to break down exactly what you can expect to see, what Disney will most likely show, including their Marvel Studios presentation. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, as well as a whole slew of other Marvel related stuff, including a limited edition Infinity Saga box set. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Now, replaying the video I just showed during the prologue, this is the official CinemaCon website. You can go to the schedule, go to the very first day after International Day. March 30th actually kicks off the CinemaCon, and there you have it from 6 p.m. to 8:45, opening night of CinemaCon 2020. Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures invites you to a special presentation featuring footage from its upcoming slate. But this isn't a Marvel Studios presentation, this is specifically a Disney presentation, meaning there will be a ton of footage from its upcoming slate of multiple properties. And obviously, while Marvel Studios is the most successful and will have a good chunk of that, with the resurgence of Star Wars and the other vast amount of properties at Disney, it's not going to be 2 hours and 45 minutes of Marvel footage and reveals. You'll also notice that it specifically said a video presentation, meaning this might have been pre-recorded, as a lot of the presentations at CinemaCon are. Remember in the prologue I said it's its own sort of thing. It's not exactly like a Comic-Con. It is social, but not in the same way. A lot of people go there specifically for the unreleased footage to see what's coming out in film, and it's definitely a worldwide event. There are all sorts of cultural tastes and interests here, especially when it comes to film genres, everything from formalism over to indie. My basic point being, it's not your normal mainstream thoroughfare. It's not the same thing as a San Diego Comic-Con, what you would expect from that, meaning it's not the same sort of presentations either, and it's not a comic-centric interest, meaning Marvel Studios will have a lot of reveals because, of course, that's a main part of their slate, but they're not playing to that specific audience like we're used to at a San Diego Comic-Con, a CCXP, or even their own D23, knowing a lot of their fans right now are comprised specifically of Star Wars and Marvel. That being said, there's still a lot that's going to happen here and a lot we can be excited about. Marvel Studios is done shooting Black Widow and has been for some time, but has been simultaneously shooting on 4 projects: The Eternals, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, and Shang-Chi. And while we know they've already shown a little bit of footage for the Eternals, nobody has seen any footage for WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And we know they've been shooting on both of those projects more than long enough to bring footage to the CinemaCon, especially considering it's 3 months from now. And of course, Marvel Studios doesn't put the onus on that early look footage to ever have the sort of special effects that we get in the actual film, meaning they've probably already done enough to show it tomorrow if they want to. 3 months from now, they'll be more than good to go. Now, what that means for Shang-Chi, considering all the delays they've had with production and shooting, mostly due to the Australian wildfires, is yet to be seen. We haven't heard anything about what's been going on with that, and they haven't quite started filming a couple of things we've been talking about recently, namely Doctor Strange. It will be right before they start shooting that. Now, a first look at WandaVision and or the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show would be amazing and quite the payoff for a cinema crowd who goes there specifically to see first looks at footage. But there's some really bad news about crowds that go to see things that are first look at footage. You'll notice we didn't get any sort of reveals from the last couple of CinemaCons. There was a huge rumor about there being leaked Avengers Endgame footage at the one during 2018, but no one could corroborate that or know if it was true or not, because there was no footage that came out to the public because they don't allow cell phones. And this isn't the same, hey, we don't allow cell phones like San Diego Comic-Con, where you see some of this footage in between when they're showing stuff. they don't allow cell phones at all anywhere in or around the convention, because literally the entire CinemaCon is just unreleased footage, and if anybody had a phone out at any point, well, the temptation might be too high to just sneak a couple of frames, and we all know how this goes. As soon as it's out there, it's out there. Although, quick aside, you have to take your hats off to Marvel Studios. They most recently showed that Eternals footage at their last public outing, where the CGI wasn't even done. It was just raw, unfiltered footage from the camera. A couple frames of that made it out onto Twitter, and they were able to do the Disney thing and cease and desist it out of existence in 2020. That is pretty impressive, but they can't stop people from talking about it, NDAs or not, and as soon as people walk out of the convention center and tweet or hit their Instagram, it makes it onto YouTube channels like mine, and we all find out exactly what they revealed. Now, speaking of exactly what they reveal, is there any chance that we could find out about new properties, any sort of announcements, or them putting any titles to the 4 dates they most recently talked about? And how could they do this if it's all in a pre-recorded video? And there's actually some precedent for them to do this. Marvel Studios in the past and at CinemaCon has shown a teaser trailer where they've included snippets from things like even the Fox X-Men. We saw Hugh Jackman's Wolverine in the midst of an entire Avengers Endgame teaser. Yeah, that really happened by Marvel Studios, and they did the same thing with Deadpool. And then there's been all these reports that we're going to have an imminent Deadpool 3 announcement, that we're going to have an imminent new franchise announcement, even a secret TV show. And the Marvel Studios went ahead and added 4 release dates and 9 over the next 3 years. It really makes you wonder if they won't do sort of the same thing. Obviously, a quick and easy counter argument to this being, well, hey, this is a film connoisseur crowd. They don't want to see a teaser trailer. But look, Marvel Studios was willing to do it last year, and going right into Avengers Endgame, knowing exactly what kind of buzz it would stir if they showed Hugh Jackman's Wolverine from an X-Men movie. And you got to remember, this was right around the time they were finalizing the acquisition from Fox. They were super excited to be reacquiring these characters. That's why they did this teaser trailer about Marvel's future, but they could do that again and easily for something like the Fantastic Four or even Deadpool, where we know that their arrival in the MCU is imminent and we're just chomping at the bit to see that first and official look. It could be something like they did at San Diego Comic-Con, where they didn't have any footage quite yet and they weren't even using finalized logos, but they had some of their artists mock up intros that you would get for sort of a TV show. Again, some of those weren't finished and won't be official, especially I don't think that bizarre Loki one. Either way, they could easily do that for a Fantastic Four logo or Deadpool 3, where there have been 4 separate reports that we're going to get a Deadpool 3 announcement in the coming weeks, and then it just sort of never happens, especially going into CCXP. Guys, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. Number 1, the first look at WandaVision or Falcon and the Winter Soldier. How hype are you for that? Also, you got to imagine this being in April with the release of Black Widow, there's a really good chance they're going to run the Eternals trailer out with that, or even a trailer for either of the TV shows, meaning if they show some of this footage at CinemaCon, there's a good chance that we're going to get to see it less than a month later when Black Widow finally hits theaters. And I guess that's good news, considering we're going to all hear these descriptions and actually want to see the footage. And speaking of actually want to see the footage, this is taking place in Las Vegas at Caesars. That's my favorite hotel to stay at. I'm a Diamond preferred player out there, so if you have any inspiration at all to sort of go to Vegas in April, there's a really good extra excuse to go there. You might get to see some unreleased Marvel footage from the upcoming TV shows, and if you do, make sure to DM me on Instagram and let me know what you saw. Now, quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away 2 PlayStation, I mean it. If you see that footage, holler at your boy. We're still giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, the next of which is at the 600,000 subscriber mark. We just gave away 1 at the 550 mark and 2 at the 500 mark. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and that'll automatically enter you to win all the rest of the prizes, like the limited edition Infinity Saga box set. We just gave 1 away on New Year's Eve. We're giving away the next one on the 2-year anniversary of the channel in April. If you want to be entered to win either of the PlayStations, the Infinity Saga box set, or any of the future prizes we give away here at the channel, which I'll enumerate for you now after we give away the next PlayStation 4 Pro at the 600,000 subscriber mark. We'll keep giving away those at the 50 marks, but then at at 700, 800, 900, and a million, we're actually giving away Oculus VR headsets. We'll get more into that when we finally cross the 600,000 subscriber mark, but we're going to do that in lieu of the PlayStation 5 coming out very soon, and it seems like those would be a much cooler prize. Like I said, if you want to be entered to win any of this stuff, all the same rules apply and always will. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell with the notifications turned on. Leave a like and a comment on this video, and because it's truly random, the more videos you like and comment on, the better chance you have of winning. If you missed any of the past winners, all you have to do is scroll back through the channel, as all the winners are announced in video, and then that's left in the title. My name's Michael Roman. This is Everything Always, guys. Thanks for checking out the channel, and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.